Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna be looking at Belleair's big board. He posted this on Twitter and also posted a hour-long video on YouTube, kind of defending all his picks. So I'm gonna link both of those down below in the description. Huge shout out to Belleair, making these graphics for people to criticize and stuff. I think doing my power rank or my top 25 players. I said how many more people are making their own lists, and I think that's a huge part of Belleair kind of posting his own stuff, because on Twitter a lot of people are making their own boards, or criticizing their players, who their favorite players are, who they're down on, and I'm gonna review his picks. Huge shout out to him, huge fan of him, and we're just gonna go right to it. I have the first top kind of third of his board. We're gonna slowly go down as well. I did link his Twitter, his post in the in the description below, so you can check it out for yourself. And first off, Jolly, number one, I agree with him with there. I still think even after that top 8 finish at Rally, I still think he was the best on the team. Vati and Atau, I don't think played up to their standard. I don't think Vati, I think he would drop maybe to this third tier. Especially him and Atau, I feel like just did not play up to par of what their standards are, which is, huge. I would drop Vatira off maybe into this third tier. I still think he's very, very good. I agree with Zen here too. I still think he's, one of the best in the world. Not really up to debate. For a player that I think he did really underrate is Belleair's. I think Belleair's, obviously the MVP. I think all the Falcons guys, they could even be put up to, top 3. They all played really, really good. It's hard for me to put, one of these 3 players above the other. It's tough for me. So I could, get my point across here. I think Belleair's is a little low here. I would put Belleair's maybe even to this third tier with Ross, or even bump Ross down, put Belleair's up. I think he played out of his mind. I agree with the Nupo pick. Obviously, he's really good. People have put Nupo higher. Again, I just don't. He's obviously one of the best in ones. Him and Moxie are, 2 of the best. He's really, really good in threes. I just don't think he's to this level of, this top 3. Beast Mode played really good. I think Atomic is a little low. People always have Beast Mode and Dan above. I always think Atomic is on par or even above. He played really good. He had some really clutch plays in, the Twisted Mind series. He was a huge X factor in that. Let's just reveal this next one. Once this goes farther down the list, it'll be a little easier to move players around and discuss of who I want up higher and who I don't. Abjack, I would probably bump him really up higher. He has really surprised me this season. I always thought he was good, right? But I think he's really elevated his game. Stizzy, I want to talk about Stizzy too, his teammate. I think he should be up higher as a rookie. Or this is his only second time on LAN, and they make it grand finals. That's really impressive. Stizzy has impressed me a lot. I really didn't know him too much coming into the season, and he's really surprised me. I would bump him up higher. I'm a huge fan. I'm a fan of Stizzy now, seeing how he plays. I really love his energy. He would be a great player on pretty much any team just because of the energy he brings and how good he is. Monkey Boon, I would agree with here. Atomic, as I said, above, maybe 1 or 2 tiers up, maybe up here if they had a better result. Yan, I could agree with here. I still think Yan and Lost, Yan and Lost. I'm a huge fan of both these players, and as well Drufy. I really love that Furia team, but they did have a poor performance at Rally that probably did bump everybody down a little bit. Let's reveal this next player set. I like Yujin being up here. He's also surprised me a lot. I know Belleair is a really big fan of Joyo. I would say I'm not on the Joyo fan train. I think he is ranked a little bit too high with some of these other players. I agree with LJ. We obviously know how good he could be with that series versus Carmine Corp. He locked in, and then they had that disastrous round 5. I mean, it's hard to rank first killer. He has so much potential. We know how good he could be, but I don't know if it's a mentality thing or what, but like once you know he's in the dirt, he's in the dirt. He can't really dig himself out of it. So maybe I would bump him down a little bit just for now. That one's tough. First, FK is a really hard player to rank for me. Seiko, I kind of like him here. Maybe even bump him up, but I can't really bump everybody up because if everybody's up there, then no one is. Rise. He has been dangerous in the past. I feel like he has dropped a bit, maybe playing a different role with, you know, Nupo on his team. That's probably why. Letting Nupo, you know, create opportunities. Exotic, I agree with him here. Chronic, I agree with him here again. With Ultimates having that abysmal event in Rally, it's really hard to rank all three of them. Oscar, I really like Oscar pick up here, even though they haven't had a great season. Oscar's super underrated. When he played with the Tau, both of them are really good. You know, they both got introduced for Team Liquid. They both are really good. I'm a really big fan of Oscar. I'm really glad he's up here. Kofram, I also agree he's up there. He elevated this SSG team to a major spot from NA5 to NA2. Really impressive. Just with his demo heavy playstyle, I think that's the big factor of why SSG really couldn't. His playstyle is super hard to replicate on LAN. One of just nerves and two different playstyles. Having that big of a demo, you know, risky playstyle, that's how they got a lot of goals scored on them because of it. But you know, not criticizing him, but he is really good. Elevated this SSG roster to a NA number 2 seed. Let's reveal 2 more. Let's see, because I kind of want to move some people around a bit. Cheese and MB. I do think MB is a better player than Cheese. Not by much. I'm a huge fan of Magic Bear. I don't know if you guys have seen in my power ranking. I think I put him 15th best in the world or something, which would put him like this layer with Appjack and Monkey Moon, and then or you know LJ Stizzy, that level. So 2 layers up. I'm a really big fan of Magic Bear. Said it probably every video I've done rankings. He's improved every single lane he's been on, every event. You could see, you know, just how much smarter he is on ball and especially off ball if you really watch him. Cheese, I'm still really impressed with him. We have 2 of the 3 secret players on here. Swift, he played really good. He's really surprised me. I've always been a fan of him because of his 1v1 scene. He's really elevated Secret to another level as well. Great finish from them. Him and KV1, I think, were the big, or even Mata. So we're going to reveal the last row. You guys that were probably NA fans will probably like this, of where he ranked a bunch of NA players. I only bring this up because Mata is not on here. He was the first honorable mention in Belleair's tweet. I think Swift is a little high, maybe. I don't know. That's tough because they had one really good event and played really well. KV1 as well. I think Mata could squeeze a spot in here. Jufy, I kind of agree with. And Jorius. Looking at the replies, a lot of people have Jorius way, way higher than Belleair does. I do think Jorius should be higher, but not to the extent of what people are saying. Like, I would probably put him 1 or 2 levels up or layers up. Some people have him like maybe up here. I don't think so. I still think Appjack is the best on the team, and that's why I don't think I would put Jorius up higher, just not as high as some other people do. Juicy, still agree with that. We'll see what they do for the LCQ. I think I have Gentlemates as the EU LCQ winner. Nas as well. I think him and Oscu. I really am a big fan of that NIP roster, even though they haven't had the greatest season. I'm still a really big fan. If just looking at the names, like their power rank really high. They're like 0-7 or whatever that stat was, 0-7 or 0-9 since after the first Open against top 6 teams in Europe. It's rough, but we'll see how that goes. MB as well. I already talked about him. I would pump him up higher. I'm just an MB fan as well, so that might be biased. Frosty and Scribbles. This is when it gets hard, is when these, you know, these bottom 2 layers. I would bump Frosty down a little bit. He's had so much potential in the past few years that I just don't think he's really capitalized on it as much as he wanted to. So maybe I'd bump him down maybe a little bit. So really good player. Don't think he's on the level as the, players on this row here. I think him and Kofor were kind of on the same level. If anything, I maybe would pump Kofor down or Scribbles up. I do think they kind of are on that same skill level. And Atomic. I want to talk about Atomic. EU or Twisted Minds Atomic. He has really surprised me when the roster got announced for Twisted Minds with Nupo, Rise, and Atomic. I thought Atomic would be kind of being dragged along. I didn't think he'd play really well with these two big players. I think he's really good. He's really impressed me a lot. I was kind of a hater on him, but he's really impressed me, especially at Rally. He played really well at Rally. Didn't make a whole lot of mistakes on defense. Was really good on offense. I would maybe even bump him up one more. I think I was just a hater on him. I don't know. I was just a hater on him beginning of the season, but he's really impressed me. Justin here, I agree with that. I really want to see him on land, but they couldn't pull through. Rust Easy, I love this Rust Easy shout out. I'm just gonna leave it there. Reveal, I agree with where Reveal is. Oli, CRR, I pretty much agree with where they are as well. Same down here. I really like one player that's on this bottom list right here, and that's 5UP. I like the 5UP shout out. One of the only players down here that hasn't gone to a LAN, as well as 2-piece wavy, not to an RLCS LAN. He did attend the Ascension Protocol LAN. I think he got 4th. I like the wavy shout out as well. Really good once player. I think that really adapts to this Shopify team, which is Redo's wavy 2-piece. I like the 2-piece shout out. I like how all Shopify boys are down here as well. Big fan of Shopify for LCQ. And a huge fan of 5UP. I really like this 5UP shout out making the list here, because I think he's had the most potential on POAB, Pirates on a Boat. He's getting coached by Lawler for LCQ. I forgot who whose teammates were, but I really want that 5UP to make Worlds as well. Huge fan of him. But yeah, that's gonna be my opinion on this. Pretty similar to what I would do, honestly. Big things are Joyous up a bit, Atomic up a bit. The top 5 rows, I don't disagree too much. Appjack up a bit, Kalir's up a bit. I like TRK where he is. Atomic up a bit. I would drop Vati down, Beast Mode down, but I mean, I think it's pretty similar to what I would make if I made my own. So, huge shout out to Belleair again for making this. Thank you guys for watching. Go subscribe to Belleair. His channel is down below. He does Rocket League content as well. So if you like my content, you will like his. So, go subscribe to him. And thank you guys for watching.